Hi, hi. Hello, hi, hi, hello, hi. Hi, hello, hi. How are my dearest degenerates doing today? Oh my gosh. Listen. um, what, alright, I'm right on time. Chatting stream. Yes, Tab, yes, Tab. You were in fact on time. Um, 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 yeah, yeah, you in fact were on time. Me? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was definitely a doozy this morning, and that's that I actually that's that I actually that's that I actually was able to actually sleep soundly last night. Last night, like I actually got somewhat of a good night's sleep, somewhat. Um, Oh, is it stream time already? Oh dear, where has the time gone? Yes, yes, Miko Jess, yes. It's now time for stream. It's that time again. It's that time again. But yeah. I'm not going to lie though, sometimes it does seem like even though I do only stream like once a week, sometimes on occasion, if it's like for some special reason, I'll stream 2 times a week. But usually more often than not, I'll stream once a week. Um, 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 despite that, um, well, despite that, the week does sometimes feel like it goes by extremely fast. Like before I know it, it's Thursday, and I have to make a new thumbnail for the next stream. So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. I think I already asked. I think I already asked, but I kind of ask it 2 times a stream anyway. Yeah. How are you dearest degenerates doing today though? How are you degens doing today? How are you degens doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Scatterbrained as usual, but that's to be expected. Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it, Tib. Um Kiv Kivithinky, KV Thinky, KVI Thinky. Yeah. Yeah. KV works. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, right. Wait. I think, hmm. I have a vague memory of, I have a vague memory of having this conversation of Kevel, Cable think, and yeah, okay, KV. Yeah. All of a sudden, I have like a hazy memory come back to me. But yeah, okay. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to hear that all of you degens are doing good. I'm glad to see all of you degens are doing good. Yeah. Today we're just doing a good old fashioned classic, might I say, just chatting stream. We're going to gibber our jabbers today, and we're going to ramble our 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 nonsense and whimsy or something. Yeah, yeah. We haven't. Yeah, I kind of just felt like. I kind of just felt like doing that since we've been actually playing a fair bit of games for these past couple streams. So I thought, why don't we just relax in the lab and have some good one-on-one gibberish conversations. I was actually thinking earlier today. I was like, you know, I was actually kind of weirdly thinking about it today. I was like, I've actually, I actually, I'm, actually, oh gosh, I'm getting scatterbrained. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Let me actually take a bit of time to articulate what I'm going to say. Yeah, that's me. I moved over to Twitch. Let's delay over here. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So it is this. Okay, yeah, okay. I understand. It's actually weirdly the opposite. It's actually weirdly the opposite for some people, including me, actually. Mainly on mobile though, I've noticed. If I've tried to if I try to watch something on Twitch on mobile, it actually stutters and has a very hard time actually showing the stream. It'll show just a couple frames and then skip and then just kind of like it just isn't really that good. On desktop it's fine. On mobile though, for some reason it just struggles really heavily. I don't know why. I don't know why. YouTube always works regardless, though, for some reason. I don't know, it's strange. I know I'm not the only person that that happens to. Dang, that stinks. Dang, that stinks. Yeah. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It technically does work. It just works very poorly for some reason. Yeah. 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 I had a couple things I wanted to mention, today. Yeah. I had a couple things I wanted to mention today. One being that, don't worry, my degens, I managed to get a good night's sleep, somewhat. And I say somewhat because I feel rested, and that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm not going to lie though. I had kind of one of those moments last night. Where, have any of you degens ever had that like happen where like, you know you should go to sleep, you know that it's time to go to sleep, and your body wants to go to sleep, but despite the fact you're still like no, I have to. You're still like no, I have to make the most of today. I have to at least watch one more video or do one more thing before I go to sleep. It's like I'll go to sleep as soon as I just watch one more, as soon as I just do this one last thing. and then it's like 12:30 and you have no reason to be up, but then you still are. Yeah, that happened to me last night. Admittedly, literally after I tweeted that tweet that I made where it's like, but I need to sleep, but my research, but I need to sleep, but my research, but I need to sleep, but my research, but I need to sleep, but my gosh golly dang research. Yeah, after I made that tweet, I literally was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. And then somehow I ended up just kind of doom scrolling, for lack of a better word. And then before I knew it, it was like 12:30 at night, and I was just watching a video about like milk production and cows and from like this 1960s, and I genuinely had a moment where I was like, what the heck am I doing right now? Like, what am I doing right now? I should go to sleep. Yeah. Sorta. Hi. Oh, hello, Plague Painter. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the just chatting silly stream where we gibber and jabber and talk gibberish to each other. Yeah, or something. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fantabulistic. I'm doing good, but like, it's probably not good. Like, I should be so very tired, but I don't have sleepiness. Just Wikipedia tabs and a grudge against the sun. Yeah, honestly, Miku, just as much as it really, I'm filled with dismay. I'm filled with contempt at the fact that it doesn't seem to be getting any colder or any more chill in any capacity. Like it's still very hot. The heat is not subsiding out there. That giant quantum space laser outside is still not letting up, and it hurts me. Yeah. Yes, that exactly, but on turbo fuel. Yeah. What the just staying up and just learning random or watching random stuff that you really don't need to watch, but you still do it anyway because you're like, no, it's like just one more won't hurt. One more, I swear it. You mean the sun? Yes. Yes, KV, the sun. The giant. Yes, KV, I'm talking about the sun. For those, I'm talking about the sun. Yeah. That giant. Yes, I'm talking about the sun. That giant hot quantum space laser outside that blinds you if you look at it. Yes. Called, also known as the sun. Yes, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that. It's kind of I just had a memory. I just had a memory search back. It's kind of like that one time I called pollen um plant breeding dust, and I didn't even mean to. It just came out. It just happened. It just kind of happened. It's technically true, but you know, a little unconventional, some might say. You know, just like you're just like me, hon. Just like me. I mean, I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one to just kind of stay up. To do nothing, really, realistically, and just do nothing. And, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, despite the fact, I can at least say that by, like, I want to say, like, 1, definitely by 1 in the morning, I was definitely asleep. I know. Please be proud of me. Please be proud of the fact that by 1 in the morning, at least, I was able to be asleep. Yeah. Yeah. I still am yet to understand why I do that to myself. But, you could have just said that. I mean, yeah, I could have just said the sun, but be honest with me. Is it as fun as is it as fun as saying the giant quantum space laser outside? Is it more fun though? Is it more fun to say just the sun? Yeah. Truth be told, stuff like that just kind of comes out. Sometimes the silliness just kind of overtakes my speech patterns, and I just say stuff like that. Sometimes. But, yeah. Yeah, the sun is a deadly laser. Exactly. We've established that. We've established that. But, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, technically speaking, absolutely. But what was I going to? Oh yeah, yeah. I was knee deep in research though. I was knee deep in research when I made that tweet, kind of. But then I just kind of decided to go to sleep. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of working on a short and a new video at the same time, somewhat, and yeah, this next video is going to be quite a doozy, I think. Well, okay, be honest with me. Be honest with me. Aren't all my videos kind of just doozies in their own right? Like, aren't all my videos kind of just, a little odd, kind of just a little bit, some might say, delusion, a little bit, screwy Louie, you know? Yeah. I genuinely sometimes I sometimes even I kind of marvel at the stuff that comes out of my mouth for how bizarre sometimes it is, but yeah, yeah. But technically, if this video is going to be a doozy, and all my videos are doozies, then it's just another video. Maybe. I don't know, I'm thinking too hard about this. I'm thinking way too hard about this. I like them, honestly. Good. I'm glad. That brings me great joy. It brings me great joy to know that my nonsensical, ramblings sometimes that my nonsensical ramblings actually people actually enjoy them and stuff, that people actually find something worth it, something actually worth watching in them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because no, I don't. I was going to say something. I actually was going to say something, but I don't want to get. I was going to say something, but I don't want to. I don't want to say something sad. Somewhat. Yeah. Yeah. What's not sad? What's not sad? It's actually something I've said many times. It's something I've said many times, but technically technically before I started making these loony videos on the internet about my just random ramblings and conundrums that I just happen to want to answer, I never really got praise for anything. Nothing I ever really did was really considered good, but by people, and so when I went on the internet, and people actually did enjoy them and like them, I was in shock and kind of, yeah. It means a lot to me. It means a great deal to me. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like ASMR. Yeah. Wait, yeah, it's like ASMR. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I get that sometimes. I get that sometimes. Actually, a lot. I think we've talked about this, yeah. About how for some reason, well, for some reason people really think my voice is like very ASMR-like, and some people will watch one of my videos and they're like, huh, this is like ASMR, but like not. So, yeah. And then for some reason my videos still keep getting recommended alongside ASMR videos, so that's very strange. But at the same time, I can kind of see it, yeah. Also, actually, this reminds me, actually. Hang on, let me take a drink of water. Okay. This actually reminds me of, since we're on the topic of ASMR, this reminds me, of like a thought that I had earlier this week, and it's kind of a little mean, I'm not going to lie. At least, I think it's kind of a little mean. I kind of thought something earlier this week that was a little mean. I kind of was like, huh. Because I kind of was like, earlier this week I was kind of like, because it's been as you know, I technically have done ASMR in a past life that we don't talk about in depth. And it's been like well over a year, and I kind of was just like, this week I was just kind of like, wouldn't it be so mean? Wouldn't it like be actually so mean and kind of stinky of me if I like made a video on that ASMR channel after like a year of not posting on there. Oh my gosh, it's so mean. It's so incredibly mean. But then I was like, and then what if after I do that, I then tell you guys, I then tell you Degens about it, but then don't share it, but then don't share it with you. It's so mean, but it kind of, but yeah. I didn't do that, by the way. I did not do that. But it was a thought. It was a thought. It was in the late hours of the night. I wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't thinking properly. I wasn't thinking right. Yeah. Every video and stream from me you have is the equivalent of ASMR for me. Is that weird? No, I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird. If you find my stuff, if you find my videos or streams to be ASMR, then that's fine. Then that's fine. There's nothing weird about it, really. And even if it was, I feel like and well, actually, no, it's not weird. It's not weird. I can see it. I can see why. I can see why some people would think that, but yeah, I can see why some people would think that. It's just the main difference is that I'm not like, I guess the thing is I'm not like I'm not like saying my stuff as ASMR. I'm not categorizing myself as ASMR, I guess. I don't know. Wait. No, yeah. And the only reason why is because there's a lot of stuff in my videos that I feel wouldn't be ASMR. Like, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Also, I feel like the only thing yeah, but it's not weird. The only one that I would be honestly I honestly would be kind of curious, if anything, to know how you would find it ASMR, is if you're talking about my shorts. Because my shorts can be a bit wacky. my shorts can be a bit wacky sometimes. So, yeah. My shorts can be a bit wacky sometimes. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I had that mean thought earlier this week. Yeah. Yeah. I had that thought earlier this week. Yeah. It's a very what do you call it? It's a very teasing thought, but I wasn't thinking rationally. It was late at night or something, I'm sure. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's that. I feel like, I feel like I was going on about something. I feel like I was going on about something, and then I kind of just forgot. Like, I feel like I kind of was going on about something, and then I kind of just forgot. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was, yeah. Last night when I made that tweet, I was knee deep in research because I've been working on a video and a short at the same time, and yeah. The video is going to be fun. Both of them, hopefully, but the video is going to be fun. It's going to be quite fun. If you I could Yeah, if you want an in-stream exclusive of what the next video is going to be, yes, that, be, um, it's going to be about it's going to be about it's going to be it's going to be about what do you call it? It's going to be about the next video that I'm going to make, in-stream exclusive, by the way, is it's going to be about a VTuber. Technically, I actually technically have made videos on VTubers before. Not very many, but I have in the past. No, but yeah, this next one is going to be VTuber related. It's going to answer a VTuber conundrum. Yeah, kind of pertaining to a gosh golly, kind of pertaining to a specific VTuber. Yeah, yeah. Which one? Well, you're just gonna have to wait and find out. You're just going to have to wait and find out. Yeah, yeah. Just woke up. Just woke up. So morning. Good morning, John. Hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're just chatting nonsense and gibber. We're just chatting about nonsense and gibbering our jabber right now. Okay. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why. Kind of, somewhat. Is it just me? Is it just me, or does gibber, like, is it just me, or does, like, gibbering our jabbers, does that, like, not sound like it means something? Maybe I've just been too deep in research, and maybe I've just been too deep in research, and my wrinkly thought processor, also known as my brain, is just kind of a little bit screwy-looey right now, and that's why. But I don't know why. Gibbering my jabber just kind of sounds like there's some hidden context behind that. It's like, oh hey, what are you doing? Right now, I'm gibbering my jabber. I'm gibbering my jabber. Like, realistically, all it means is just kind of talk foolishly and nonsensically. With a hint of whimsy. But yeah. You've been doing a great job, and I always look forward to your streams. I don't know how to give or receive compliments. Being complimented feels like I did something wrong to get noticed. Yeah, I hear you, Miko Jazz. I hear you, Miko Jazz. I don't have... I've gotten better at accepting compliments and at accepting, like, praise. Whereas before I kind of like would kind of like be kind of weirded out and kind of just like confused if I did get a compliment or praise. Like there was legitimately one time where oh my gosh, I just remembered. There is legitimately one time where, again, I've gotten better at it recently, but I kind of like, if anything, I kind of get like confused and like I've gotten better at it, but at receiving compliments and praise, because before I used to just kind of like be confused. There was one time where someone complimented my hair one time. There was one time where someone complimented my hair and I didn't know how to take that compliment because I've never really gotten that compliment. And so I was just kind of like in person by the way. In person, like IRL in person. Someone said that to me and I was like, and I legitimately just kind of stared at them confused, like And then literally like after 4 or 5 seconds, I was like, it registered in my brain, and I was like, oh, thank you, thank you, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That happened a while ago, but that happened a while ago, but yeah, yeah. I legitimately didn't know how to take it, and it took like 5 seconds for my brain to process that I just got a compliment, and I was like, oh, oh, um, thank you, thank you, um, yeah, um, yeah, but speaking of hair, speaking of hair, I actually, um, I tweeted about it earlier this week. Um um I actually got a haircut that I was actually pretty happy with after. That never happens. That never happens. Um yeah. That never happens. I usually like I said in that tweet, I usually don't like haircuts. I usually, since as far as back as I can remember, I've hated haircuts because I'm just never really happy with them, and I kind of like feel like pieces of myself are being lost. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. It's a very weird feeling. It's a very unpleasant feeling. And then and then but I still went because I was like, my hair had gotten to be quite unruly and had gotten to be kind of like unmanageable, like very unmanageable. Like it seemed like every time I went to do anything, I had to like brush my hair out of my face because it had just gone to such a length that, and it had gone to such a length and had just been growing freely for so long that I kind of just like, anytime I did anything, put I had to like push my hair out of my I had to kind of like brush my hair out of my face or behind my ear or something. And I decided to just finally I decided to just finally bite the bullet, if you will. I decided to finally just bite the knife edge, and I went and got a haircut, but I decided instead, this time I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try something different. And I went in there, I sat down there, I shakily pulled my phone out of my pocket, and then I showed them the photo that I wanted, which was like a haircut with like layers. and and I wasn't sure. For some reason, I was under the silly assumption that I didn't know if it was possible with my hair for some reason. And the person that cut my hair, she just looked at it and she just looked at the photo and was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Sure, if you want that, I can do that." And yeah, you are indeed pretty, Sorta. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but I did. Yeah, but and yeah, she cut it, and I kind of like felt the nervousness building up because usually the way it goes is if I try something new, it like, I kind of like. There have been times where I try something, and it looks terrible after, and I'm just like, I regret everything. But this time it wasn't. This time that wasn't the case. And she was also very nice about it, actually. She was actually very nice about it, actually. Not only did she explain everything that she was going to do, but she also explained to me, like, after, she gave me tips to, like, to keep the hair the way that it looked in the photo, and how to maintain it. And, yeah, she was very nice about it. And I'm not going to lie, I felt pretty after. I was like, oh... Oh, it was like I didn't know my hair could do this. As silly as that sounds. As silly as it sounds, I felt pretty after. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't like haircuts because I would get itchy when the hair got on me. Yeah. 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 That's also another reason. And that combined with the fact that when you go into to get a haircut, you need to wear something that you're just not going to wear after because it just gets completely entrenched and engulfed in hair. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's another reason. Yeah, yeah. The regular trimming of the regular trimming of mammalian extrusions is a wait. The regular trimming of mammalian extrusions is a continuing burden. Yes. Quite so indeed, I dare say. I do say that it is yes. Hmm. Yeah. It's a pretty yeah, yeah. It's kind of a bit of a nuisance, but you know. Did did you show the picture of your VTuber avatar? No. No. Gosh, golly, no. 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 I don't I don't know. I didn't. I just showed like a regular like photo of like a regular human person. um and yeah, yeah, no. I did not show my VTuber model to the to the lady that cut my hair. I did not do that. And even if I did, cuz see the thing is, right? I even if I did, I for some reason I feel like if I did that, oh, Shima Simabun, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Simabun, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Um, but, but, yeah, yeah, there, yeah, but, but, oh yeah, um, yeah, um, yeah, thank you. Um, yeah, yeah. 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 Welcome to the stream, Simabun. Welcome to the stream. Um, but, what was I going on about? Um, wait. Oh, right. Right. No, I didn't show my VTuber avatar, my VTuber model to the woman to the lady that cut my hair because, I don't want to sound. I mean, I feel like if I did, because I feel like for some reason I feel like I did. If I did, she probably wouldn't take it seriously. Like because she's kind of like definitely a lot old. She's like a 50 to 60-year-old woman, and so she's like a 50 to 60-year-old woman, and so I feel like if I showed my VTuber model to her, she's just going to look at me and say, "This is a cartoon," and this is a cartoon. And it's like, what am I going to do then? What do I do then? Do I just go like, yes, I want you to make me like this cartoon, please, please, or like I wouldn't know what to do if that happened, which I feel like is what would happen if I did. If I did, like she would probably just go like, this is a cartoon. I don't. Do you have like a regular photo? and yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't have the social confidence to be able to just look at her and just go like, well, actually, ma'am, this isn't a cartoon. This is actually a VTuber model, which is technically reminiscent of anime styles, which is reminiscent of anime styles, which is a type of animation that comes from Japan, that originated in Japan, and like and I just and technically this VTuber model corresponds to it. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Oh my gosh, I don't. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe. Oh my gosh, but you know, if but yeah. Yeah. Take away the third dimension, please. Yes. Yes. Or add the third dimension, please. It's like, she's like, this is a cartoon. And I'm like, yes, but can you imagine if it was 3D? Please. That's what I want. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, maybe one day I will use knowledge from your videos to evolve into a 2D anime creature, but until then, I am made of hair and blood. And yuck. Oh, don't say that, Miku Jazz. Don't say that, Miku Jazz. But the, unless you're referring to like, cause like when you say yuck, I kind of like imagine, like you're referring to all the I'm assuming you're referring to like all the sticky, icky, gooey, slimy components inside of humans, the silly bits inside of humans. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming you're referring to with that. I lost my train of thought. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but don't say that, Miku Jazz. Those components help us live, or something. So I've heard. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you definitely should do it if you want to, of course. Yeah, there are more ways than ever now to become a VTuber technically. Yeah, there technically are more ways than ever to become a VTuber than ever before. So, yeah. Yeah. Only if you want to again, though, of course. Yeah. 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 That goes for anybody, really. That goes for anybody. That goes for anybody, really. But, yeah, felt. I can't even say I'd want a little longer hair to my barber and end up saying a humble yes to the usual. Yep. Yeah. Barbers, okay, barbers are actually kind of... I don't know why. Well, I know why. I know why. Barbers kind of definitely are a lot more intimidating to me to approach. Mainly because I feel like as barbers, they kind of like... I don't know why. Every single person I've met that's a barber, or someone that cuts hair, is like someone that's like very, usually the way it goes is barbers cut hair very short and very, and very like, very much like, you know, like, very much like, very much like short and very much like not long and pretty and frilly. And so, yeah. And I very much am a person that I don't like my hair short. And so, yeah, I instead just go to like a hairdresser, I think is the proper term for it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but that's such a shame though. That's such a shame though. But honestly, yeah, that's such a shame though. That you know, you walk into a barber shop, you sit down, and you're like, okay, so I was thinking, how about for today, you leave it long, and just maybe kind of like, you know, do a bit of like layering on the sides and back, and maybe like kind of like leave the top long or something, and then the barber's just like, okay, I could do that, but what if I just cut it short? And you're just like, yeah, I guess, I guess. Or actually, I've heard horror stories. Actually, I've heard horror stories of like people that go to get a haircut, and they tell the person that's cutting their hair how they want it, and the barber or whatever just does whatever they feel like, and the barber just kind of does what just kind of doesn't even do the haircut that they wanted and instead just does something they wanted, and they still just kind of, and they still kind of just like, and they still kind of just like, you know, like I'm trying to think of an example. Like I heard one horror story, I think, of a guy that went to go get a haircut, and that went to go get a haircut at I think he went to like a salon or something, and he wanted it kind of like long or something, and they just completely messed him up completely, to the point of, to the point where he was like, to the point where I think he was like, he like wanted to just run out because it was just that bad. Oh my gosh, and actually now that I think about it, I think I even saw a horror story one time of a guy that went to go get a haircut, and they messed him up so bad that he refused to pay for the haircut, and they agreed. The person that actually cut their hair agreed, and they were like, yeah, I'm sorry. it's like after the fact, after the damage has been done, they're just like, yeah, you know what, sir, it's free. I'm sorry. It's like, oh man. exactly. I felt so bad just reading about that. I felt so bad just reading about that. Like, just like a haircut so bad that you refuse to pay, and they agree to not charge you because they just acknowledge that they messed up that bad. Yeah, that's, gosh, I wouldn't leave the lab for at least a couple months if it was that bad. Blood. Yeah. Yes, Tab. Yeah, they have such power. Yeah. If you really think about it, yeah, they really do have like they really do have like an unfathomable, well, they actually do have like a absurd amount of power over a person, and they have to just kind of control it. They have to just acknowledge that they have that power, and because if you think about it, right, if you think about it, kind of sounds like it kind of sounds like if I'm describing like a villain, but if you think about it, right, a barber legitimately has the ability to absolutely crush somebody's confidence. like a barber or a hairdresser or anything has the power, the unspoken power, to be able to just destroy any and all confidence that they have. And it's like, oh, it's like if they really wanted to, they could just, if they really wanted to, they could just take that razor and just go, just form a giant landing strip down the front of your head. And guess what? There's nothing that you can do about it except wait for that hair to grow. Like, sure, you could fight about it, but the damage is still there. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so loony. It's quite ludicrous, I would say. I would say that's ludicrous. Yeah. Sorry, brain is even sillier today because of insomnia and annoyed by existing as a neat thing that can't just press a sleep mode button. Also because insomnia. Seeing doctor this week though. Oh, okay. Well, I hope. Oh, okay. I see. I hope it goes well though. I hope it goes well on your doctor visit, Miko Jazz. I hope that it goes well. I hope everything turns out great. Hi, cutie. Just stopping by to say hello. Have a good week. Oh, hello, silent otaku. Hi. Thank you. I hope you have a good week also. I hope you have a good rest of your week also. Well, actually. Actually, today is Sunday, so the week is almost ending, but I hope you have a good next week. I hope you have a good next week, Silent Otaku. Thank you. Thank you. But, yeah. But yeah, the power. Anyway. Anyway, was there anything else that I was going to talk about? Because like I said, I did have a couple of things that I wanted to kind of like talk about, with you teachers. Let me think. I talked about what I was researching, which is a VTuber for the next video. I didn't give a clue of what VTuber, a vague clue, but oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I've not told you my least favorite video game. Is that what you were going to? Oh, is that what you were going to do, Tab? I saw that in like the Discord. You left like a very enticing worded message. And after reading it a couple times, I was like, is he trying to say that he's going to list his least favorite video games? Is that what he's trying to say? Yeah. Oh, actually, speaking about video games, speaking about games in general, really quick, before I was going to get into something, but before I do that, let me get into this other thing really quick. I was so close to finally getting that sweet and elusive 10 out of 10 on Rule 30 Portal. And yet, despite my efforts, in the end, literally on the last flipping one, the game spit in my face and I got a 9 out of 10. Like a week ago or something, I think. I wanted to mention it, but I kept forgetting. One of these days, I will get 10 out of 10 on Rule 34. I will. And it'll be a glorious day that we will all remember. It'll be a glorious day that we will all remember, and I will show Rule 34 who is boss. I will show Rule 34 who scored a 10 out of 10. Rule 34 will bow down to me on that day. On that day, I swear it. I swear it. But, yeah. Anyway. You got this 10 out of 10 in sight. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, yeah. But I've been trying for literally months. to get 10 out of 10 on Rule 34, and it's flabbergasting me that I haven't been able to. It's so And anyway, RNG Edel gave me my own zip code today. Another vessel with power. RNGedel? What is RNGedel? RNGedel. I'm guessing it's an acronym for something. I'm guessing it's an acronym, or in other words, every letter stands for something. But what could it be? Running natural goose. No. Running northern grass. No. roaming, neutral, um, um, gaze. No, I don't know. I, I, I don't know. I don't know. The possibilities are nearly limitless. Yeah, but but yeah, random number generator Wordle. Oh my god, how could I? What the? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just now I feel silly. Now I feel dummy. Now I feel very very dummy. Now it's like I'm over here talking about like roaming natural grasses and red-nosed geese or something, and it's like no random number generator. What am I going on about? What am I going on about actually? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my yeah, in case you couldn't tell, I'm not very good at guessing acronyms. Most of the time. Most of the time, for acronyms, I'll just kind of come up with something absolutely outlandish. like what is as an example? What is I'm just going to say like 3 random letters. What is STO stand for? Standard tactical oodles of noodles. Or something. No, or like standard typewriter orthodontics. I suck at guessing acronyms. Most of the time. Sometimes I can get them. Sometimes I'm lucky. And I can actually get them. But most of the time, no. Anyway, I was gonna explain, but these guesses are gold. Are they really though? Are they really though? Like actually? Are they really though? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah. I can. If that's the case, though, I can see how that can be another vessel with power. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what's one dull game that I've actually passed? Like I've actually gotten 10 out of 10 on? Do you DJs know what what DLE game I've actually passed and actually have gotten a 10 out of 10 on before? Oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't actually oh my gosh, wait, I think I've never actually shown I've gotten a 10 out of 10 on Scrandle. I've gotten a 10 out of 10 on Scrandle. You know the food guessing game? The higher or lower food guessing game? Yeah, I got a 10 out of 10 on Scrandle. Maybe I didn't get it. Maybe I haven't gotten it yet on Rule 34, but I can at least say that I have gotten a 10 out of 10 on Scrandle. 2, specifically. that higher or lower food guessing game. Yeah. I don't know how, but I did. Standard training operation, yeah. Yeah. It's like as another example. What does ZAB stand for? Zany aquatic Benadryl. Zany aquatic Benadryl. I don't know. Gosh, I'm getting scatterbrained. But yeah. What was I going? I feel like I was going to go on about something, but then I went on about Rule 34. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. But one of these days, I swear, one of these days, I will pass Rule 34, and it'll be a glorious day, on that day. So, you know, you know. Also, did I take a? Now that I think about it, I actually don't remember if I took a screenshot. I think I did, but I'd have to look for it. I'd have to look for it. Of when I got 10 out of 10 on Scrandle. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, but what was I going to go on about? Oh yeah, recently I wanted to mention, speaking about video games, since we're on the topic of games, recently I kind of have I'm not going to lie, recently I kind of have been going through a bit of I've been going through a bit of a nostalgia trip with a game that with a game from my childhood, which was the Left 4 Dead series. I've been going through a bit of a nostalgia trip with that recently. I've kind of just been kind of like looking into Left 4 Dead everything. I've been watching like old videos about Left 4 Dead, you know, from like 7 or 10 years ago, or like 8 years ago, and I've kind of just been kind of like looking into like lore and analog horror revolving around Left 4 Dead, and it's been great. And yes, before you ask, yes, I have been playing Left 4 Dead. I have been playing Left 4 Dead in my and when I haven't, like this week when I haven't been conducting research or working on a short, I've been playing some Left 4 Dead. Yeah. The first one specifically. I have both. Actually, I was actually this close. I'm not going to lie. I was actually this close to actually I was actually this close to actually buying the Left 4 Dead on Steam, and then I remembered I had the physical copies. I still have the physical copies, and I still have a means to play those physical copies, and so yeah, I played the physical copies of Left 4 Dead that I have. I have technically 1 and 2, but yeah, yeah, I've been going through a nostalgia trip. I tell you, the amount of nostalgia and small unspoken joy when I opened up that game disc, or when I opened up that game case, and I saw the Left 4 Dead booklet. Yeah, with all kinds of information about survivors and like zombies and bits of lore scattered throughout. That was good. Yeah, I went through a bit of a nostalgia I went through a bit of a nostalgia surge. But yeah. Sunday can be start of a week, depending on how you look at it. Like, okay, my words are leaving, but a week is a line for some reason, and the line has 2 ends. Or something. Are you trying to say, Mikudress, that your week for you starts on Sunday and ends on Sunday? Instead of like it starts on Monday and ends on Sunday? Is that how? Because I can see that. I can see how that makes sense. I can see that. I can see how that makes sense. I see the vision. I see the vision. I see the vision. But yeah, but yeah. I had to, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. One time when I was playing Left 4 Dead earlier this week, I had to redo. I actually stayed up quite late, because I just felt like I had to. I had to redo a level, or not redo a level. I had to redo an entire campaign because literally we managed to survive. But by which I mean me and like the NPCs of Left 4 Dead, because I technically played it single player. Technically we survived somehow. Like somehow I was both confused and completely like, it has been so long since I played Left 4 Dead that I genuinely didn't really remember where to go or how the layout of the different levels were. So I had to kind of just go really slowly and test out like going over here or going over there. And so and somehow we managed to survive, me and all the NPCs. And then on the last mission of that campaign, which was like above the hospital, if any of you are familiar with Left 4 Dead, you have to like wait for like a helicopter to show up, and you just get swarmed by zombies and you basically have to hold out until then. Yeah. Yeah. The first time, I unfortunately was the only one that survived. Unfortunately, the first time, everybody got just destroyed or removed by, or kind of like, or kind of like not like the first time, because there's technically 4 characters. There's there's, oh gosh, do I remember? There's Francis, Lewis, Zoe, and Bill. Lewis died very early on when the zombies came, and then the others actually managed to hold up. But then when it came time to run to the helicopter, what is it? One of them got stuck behind a tank, and the other was taken by a what is it? The one with the super long tongue. What is it? Smoker? Yeah, the one with the super long tongue. A smoker. Yeah, one of them got taken by a smoker and completely overrun with zombies. And in the end, I was the only one that survived. So that wasn't good enough, and I had to redo the whole thing. And thankfully, by the second time, yeah, I did it. I managed to have nobody die. Somehow we made it, and we managed. Yeah. Because you know what's crazy? I remember playing that a lot when I was a lot younger, and I remember I knew all the maps like the back of my hand, and I could easily survive and have all the others survive. And so I was like, I was kind of like stuck with this idea of like, if I could do this when I was younger, I can totally do this now. What do you mean I can't do this? Yeah. Like, have any of you degens ever had like a game where like, or have any of you degens ever like played a game that you played when you were like younger, like that maybe you grew up with, and then for whatever reason, it's significantly harder than you remember when you played it when you were younger? Because that has happened. That has happened to me. Multiple times, in fact. There have been multiple times where I like went back to play a game, and like I'm playing the game and I'm like, how in the heck did I manage to play this when I was younger? How in the heck was I as good as I remember playing this game when I was younger? Like, I'm struggling. And I distinctly remember not struggling at all when I would play it way back then. How? Like a front end and a back end. Oh, right, for the yeah, for the week. The week. Yeah. The week. Um mm, but yeah. I kind of was just like, yeah. There've been actually a couple times where that has happened. One such case actually. One such case where I actually what is it? One such case where I actually had such a hard time with the game for some reason, and yet I distinctly remember beating that game like 4 times, like 3 or 4 times. Like, it was a game that I played a lot. It was a game that I actually played repeatedly when I was younger. And I remember one time I tried playing it again, and I was struggling so hard. I was actually like, what the heck? What the heck? How? Yes, it's like, how did I beat this? This is so hard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Tab. I was like, yeah, one of those yeah, but one such game I distinctly remember I had so much trouble replaying it, but I beat it like 3 or 4 times. And please don't laugh at me. My degens, please. Please don't laugh at me. Well, please don't laugh at please don't laugh at me. See, the thing is, right, the game that I struggled with, and I actually, when I was a lot older, I kind of didn't beat because I kind of just was like, I've played this game before anyway, and I went to play something else. It was the Kung Fu Panda game. It was the Kung Fu Panda movie game. It was the Kung Fu Panda movie game. Stop laughing, Tab. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. It's not that funny, okay? It was weirdly... It was... In my defense... I swear I saw a video one time. Where it was... Where it considered Kung Fu Panda the movie video game. There's a video that legitimately considered that game to be like a Souls-like, or to be kind of, or not a Souls-like, but kind of like Dark Souls, but for like youth, you know, like for like it was basically like the it was basically like the child version of like Dark Souls, or like a Souls-like or something. I swear to you, I'm not lying. I swear to you, I'm not babbling. I swear to you, I'm not babbling lies right now. I swear to you, it does in fact exist. That video does exist. That video does exist. And I would like to use that as in my defense for why I struggled so much with that game for some reason. And yet I played it a lot when I was younger. Yeah. Yeah, the Kung Fu Panda video game. Which I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I actually got that in like a bundle. I actually got that like in a physical bundle way back then. Like, I remember, I think it was like literally like a shared, not a shared disc. It was a shared, box. It was a shared game box. And like, literally it was split down the center. And one side of it was Kung Fu Panda, and the other side of it was Lego. It was Lego Indiana Jones, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it was like a bundle. It was like separate, but kind of released in the same box. It was strange. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore, especially now with physical media. Unfortunately, kind of especially with like physical media kind of phasing out somewhat. They really don't do that anymore. But yeah, they did at one point. um, Sometimes it's genuinely baffling. Then other times it's actually not my fault. Usually something involving frame rates. Yeah, well, for me, I don't want to say it was. For me, I don't want to say it was a skill issue. Um, I just, for me, it was just kind of like, for me, it was just kind of like, um, for me, it was just kind of like getting, it was tricky mechanics. It was tricky mechanics, and, according to that one YouTube video, it's like Dark Souls or something. So, so yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And that's that game doesn't even have a hard mode or a nightmare mode or anything like that. But yeah. Actually, since I mentioned that Lego Indiana Jones game, I never managed to pass that game. Like, even when I was younger, I never understood how to progress through that game. Like, I would always get to, like, I want to say, like, maybe, like, chapter 4 or chapter 3. Like, I would get to, like, a certain chapter in the story, and I just would not be able to figure out what to do after. What to do at that point. And so I never really experienced the game like that. Yeah. I don't know if it's because you need 2 people, but no, technically you could play it like single player. So I would imagine that there is a way for you to play it single player and not need another person for like puzzles and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes a chunk of games becomes a QuickTime event marathon. Wait, sometimes a huge chunk of game becomes a QuickTime event marathon. Hell. And other times, I'm an idiot who can't solve a block pushing puzzle that I could solve as a child. Yeah. 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 I am. Yeah. I am. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of. Yeah. I am. I can relate to that. Like, there was one time, I kid you not, there was one time where I tried to do, it wasn't Portal, but it was like one of those games, you know, like it was a game like, kind of like Portal, but like not. I think it was called Cube, I think, I want to say. I need a drink of water. Okay, I think it was called, Cube or something, but like spelled like Qube, I think. Qube, I think. And it was kind of like the style of Portal, but not. And well, it was basically one of those like puzzle games, you know. It was basically one of those puzzle games where like the whole world is a puzzle, it's one big giant puzzle that you have to figure out to advance the story. And I got to a certain point, and I just couldn't understand what the game wanted me to do at said point. And you know what's crazy? Is I'm pretty sure that if I was younger, I could probably figure it out. I could probably somehow piece together what I wasn't seeing. Because it kind of, if anything, reminded me a little bit of like, and this is kind of like one of those things that some people don't really know about, or have kind of chosen to forget about. But there's literally like that style of puzzles in oh gosh, which one is it? It's Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4. those games have puzzles like the ones in Cube. Specific, not in the main game. They're kind of like mini games basically. They're kind of like games that you have to like actively choose to explore more of the lore to actually do. Like you technically, if I remember correctly, except for number 3, in Assassin's Creed 3, I think you have to. I think in Assassin's Creed 4, it's completely optional. And the only reason why you do it is to like uncover more lore. And yeah, I managed to do that without a problem. I actually managed to do that without a single bit of problem. And I actually managed to do all of it. I actually managed to do all of the puzzles. And I have a feeling that if I tried to do that now, I would probably struggle a lot more. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe my mind is just tired. Tired from so many conundrums and bits of research and confounding oddities and what have you. Cube, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. I think so. I think so. If it actually is a game, then yeah. I think. Wait. Unless, hang on, let me look up Cube game. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. It is. It is in fact Cube. It is in fact Cube. Spelled Q-U-B-E with a dot after every letter. It's a game from 2011. Ooh. There are also some games I just couldn't beat as a child. Yeah. There are a lot of those too. Generally speaking, when it came to puzzles, I actually didn't struggle too much. When it came to puzzles, I actually didn't struggle too much. Because technically, some of my favorite games of all time, that I beat. Actually, it's been a fair bit of years now since then, but something that I beat, that had a really good time with, were games like Little Nightmares, Inside, and Limbo. Yeah. If I remember correctly, both Little Nightmares and Inside, I didn't really need any help. I didn't really need any help with them at all, but Limbo did kind of, I did need to look up a guide, like maybe once or twice, like maybe one time or 2 times, or maybe even 3 times, but yeah. In my opinion, Limbo is definitely the more challenging one out of the 3. Yeah, I like puzzle games. Yeah, me too. I do like them. I haven't played one in a good while, actually. But I do. They still hold a special place in my heart, still, technically. They still hold a special place in my heart. Actually, you know what's that game that I'm kind of thinking about playing on stream? But, because I've seen a couple other VTubers play it, and it's kind of been surging, and it's kind of been going up in popularity, and it does look pretty interesting. It does look pretty interesting, and it does catch my eye, a little bit. Oh gosh, what is it called? It's a point-and-click game, but it's a point-and-click horror game. I think it's called Endocop. Is it Endocop? Is it Endocopia? I think so. That name does sound very familiar, and it does in fact ring a bell. I think so. I think it is Endocop. I think it is, oh gosh. I think it is Endocopia. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I, yeah. I haven't, yeah. I'm kind of considering it a little bit. I'm kind of considering playing it on stream a little bit. Mainly because I've actually never really played a a point and click game, actually. I kind of always just I kind of always just assumed point and click games weren't really that interesting. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I kind of always had this idea and notion that like point and click games are kind of almost like idle games, you know, where they're not really that engaging or fun, really. And so I haven't really played very many, if at all. But this one, I mean, this one for the most part, everyone for this one for the most part seems to have a lot of twists and mysteries and kind of different types of. I think it's a psychological horror, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be. And I actually like psychological horror. I like that. But yeah. Endocopia. Oh, endocopia. 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 What does endocopia even mean now that I think about it? Because surely it has to have a meaning, right? Surely it has to have a meaning, right? Endoscope. Wait. Endocopia. Endocopia appears to be a misspelling of endoscopia, which means a medical examination of the inside of the body using an endoscope. I don't know if that's I don't know. Equating point and click to idle games is crazy. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, it just I kind of like. I know they're not the same. I know they're not the same. But I kind of was always like, I always kind of like wanted games to be like very like engaging and very like I have to do something in order for the game to like, progress. Like some level of complexity. And so I kind of just like, I kind of was just like when I kind of just like didn't really do idle games or point and click, mainly because idle games start off as you kind of just doing something very menial, and then they kind of eventually, if you get to a certain point, you kind of don't really have to do anything. You still could, but you don't have to. And point and click is like you kind of just, you don't actively move, but you do move, but just like all actions, including movement, are done through just clicking left, right, or up and down, or wherever it is that it indicates. So, and then I don't know, maybe it was too. I don't know. Maybe part of it was also because it was too slow for my younger self. but that being said, I know they're not the same, and I have nothing against them. It's just up until recently, they kind of like, I kind of had like a certain idea about them. But yeah. I'd be willing to give Endocopia a shot. I'd be willing to. But yeah. I'd be willing to give it a shot. I'm going to probably wait on that a little bit, just because I kind of like to really research. I mean, I am a researcher after all. I kind of like to research every game or anything really, before I actually before I buy any game, I like to like research the heck out of it. And so I'm probably gonna do that, you know, if I do. Well, research the heck out of it without spoiling. if that makes sense. But yeah. Anyway, was there anything else that I was going to mention or talk about? Was there anything else that I was going to talk about? Many point and click flash games in my childhood. Yeah, I know that there are a ton. I know that there are a ton of flash games that are point and click, if not a majority. But yeah, I didn't really get to experience that. I didn't really get to experience flash games because I technically didn't really experience the internet like that. Because I know that flash games were primarily like on the internet. I know that a majority of point and click games, flash games, were on the internet, as well as like on disc for PC. And I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I just had nothing. I just had consoles. I just had consoles. Yeah. I just had consoles, so point and clicks were kind of very obscure, I guess, to me. You know, they were kind of like very much like, even if I wanted to play them, it was impossible. It was impossible. Yeah. You might get spoiled. I have my way. I have my ways, Ted. I have my ways of being able to uncover, I have my ways of being able to uncover information without getting spoiled. Don't worry. Pajama Sam is on stream. Oh, Pajama Sam. I've heard of that name before. I've never played it. I've never played a single Pajama Sam. I've never played, Pajama Sam? Have I? No, wait. No, obviously no. Of course I haven't. No way, I haven't. I thought about it for like a split second because I do remember gameplay, but the reason why I remember gameplay is because there is one single YouTuber whose videos I used to watch a lot, and there were a fair bit of Pajama Sam videos on his channel, and that's where I saw it. Yeah, but Pajama Sam, yeah, that name sounds familiar. I know of Pajama Sam, but really, what if, now I'm thinking, right? Now I'm thinking, what if we do play Endocopia or whatever it's called, because I still feel like I'm saying it wrong. If we do end up playing that, what if we play, because now I'm thinking, what if we play like Pajama Sam or something first, just to kind of experience point and click in its purest form, and then we play Endocopia, and then we play Endocopia. I think that could be quite fantabulistic. Like the panda point and click game is a fun game. Wait, like the panda point and click game is a fun one. Panda point and click. Panda point and click. Yeah, no, that one doesn't ring a bell. That one actually does not register in my wrinkly thought processor, my brain. That actually does not register. That doesn't register at all. Like, I'm trying to think, right? I'm trying to think, and the only thing that I'm thinking of is like this really, really bad looking bootleg for like Kung Fu Panda that I remember being in like the $2 bin at Walmart. Like, I'm trying to think and I'm just remembering like this really bad looking bootleg Kung Fu Panda movie that was in like the dollar bin, the dollar movie bin at Walmart back then. Yeah, no, I can't remember. I do remember one point and click game that I do not know the name of, because again, the YouTuber whose videos I used to watch also played a fair bit of this game also. I don't remember the name of it, but if I remember correctly, he could like, he was like a ball. If I remember correctly, he was like a ball and he could shapeshift into stuff or something. Maybe I'm confusing it for something else, but I swear there was something like that. I swear there was something like that. Yeah. There's also putt-putt. Putt-putt! Okay, now I remember. Putt-putt. Putt-putt. Putt-putt is the... Yeah, that name, all of a sudden... Okay. All of a sudden, that like mysterious figure that I'm thinking of has a name. It's clicked in my head. Putt-putt. I'm thinking of putt-putt. Yeah. The YouTuber who made those videos, he's also made a ton of putt-putt videos also. A ton of Pajama Sam and putt-putt. Yeah. Yeah. That and RuneScape also, I think, is another game that he also played. And actually, now that I think about it, can RuneScape be considered a point and click? Can RuneScape be considered like old RuneScape, like old school RuneScape? Could that be considered a point and click RPG? I guess fantasy game. Like, could that, like, is that considered a point and click? Because technically, RuneScape is played by just clicking the screen, pointing and clicking at the screen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My eyes are being opened. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to see reality. Reality is all starting to come together now. Oh my gosh, how could I have been so foolish? Oh my gosh, how could I have been so... I've actually wanted to play RuneScape before, but it's like such a... I don't know if I would now, because it's kind of like the same thing with like Final Fantasy 14, or like any like major MMO, like any major MMORPG. It's just so like... I know that there's like a huge like grind to RuneScape, like old school RuneScape. I know that there is like a huge grinding aspect of it, and I don't... Much like, again, like Final Fantasy 14 and that, I don't know if I'd be able to commit to that. I don't know if I'd be able to actually commit to doing that. You know? It's the same... Yeah. Because like 9 times out of 10, if a game requires me to like consistently be active in it, or consistently be on it to progress, I kind of fall short, and I kind of just stop playing altogether. Because then it's kind of like have any... Because then it's like, oh gosh, because then it's like have any of you DJs experienced where it's like you play a game and then you don't play for like a while, and it's like one of those games that like is like online or requires you to kind of like consistently play it, and then you just kind of like feel a guilt, like you kind of just feel guilt for like not playing it, and you just think of all the amount of like effort you're gonna have to put in now that you haven't played in a while, and you're just like, you end up not playing it at all anymore. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. But I didn't even get to read the list. There's also Putt Putt, Freddy Fish, and Spy Fox. So much gold. Yeah. Yeah. Core memory unlocked. Yeah. Does it also... Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I kind of reality has started to all of a sudden come together in over a certain topic. Yeah. But I was aware of Pajama Sam and Putt Putt, but I just forgot the name of Putt Putt. I don't know Freddy Fish, nor do I know Spy Fox. I might actually have to. Gosh, now I'm actually kind of intrigued. Now I'm actually curious, and when I get curious, it's a dangerous thing because if I get curious about something, I'll research into it. And gosh, watch my dearest degenerate, watch my dearest degens, right? Watch me actually play a point and click game, and then actually enjoy them and actually really like them. Like what happened with Union Rhythm Psycho, like what happened with Union Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. Like I wasn't really into rhythm games. I didn't really see the appeal too much of rhythm games. And I kind of didn't really see the what is it? I didn't think I would be any good at rhythm games. But then like the whole typing aspect of Union kind of the whole typing aspect of Union kind of caught my attention, as well as the art style and everything, and so I gave it a go. And now, I'm kind of not gonna lie, I kind of have a newfound liking to rhythm games. Yeah. Yeah, I actually kind of like rhythm games now. Yeah. Old school RuneScape is considered a point and click, yes. In a roundabout way. Ah, yeah. Cause actually, yeah, yeah. I've wanted to, yeah. In the past, I did want to play RuneScape, like old school RuneScape, but I just never got around to it, and I wasn't. Yeah, I never got the opportunity, and I never was around. You know, when that was the case. So when I was, I didn't have the opportunity to play it. Basically, yeah. Does it also include click dragging games though? Wait, does it also include click dragging though? What? Wait, click dragging. Click dragging. What's an example of a click dragging game? Unless all point and click games have click dragging. No, but I'm assuming with click dragging, it's like you have the ability to click and drag as the name implies. But yeah, that's how I felt about gacha games. Kinda. I haven't played Pad in a bit, and there's some new things I haven't seen. I see, Tab. I see. But that's actually that's actually one game. Microjazz. That's actually one game. That's actually one game style that I've tried, and I haven't been able to get into. Even though I kind of would like to. I'll admit, like, don't get me wrong, like, I've tried to get into gacha games before, but I don't know if it's because I just naturally don't have a gambling addiction, or I'm sorry, I just don't have, like, a gambling tendency, but, yeah, I haven't really gotten hooked on any gacha games. I've tried to like and get into gacha games, and it just never happens, really. Like I tried to play I actually played it on stream, actually. I played it on stream. I tried to play Umamazumi Pretty Derby. And I played it 2 times on stream and a little bit off stream, and I haven't played it in like 3 weeks, like a month, maybe a month and a half. Because it's kind of like the problem apart from me just not getting that excited over gacha, like the actual gacha aspect, it's like the fact that the story is like continuously being evolved and continuously growing, and it's not like a set story. It kind of like, I feel like I'm constantly falling behind, and I feel like I constantly need to put in way more effort to catch up, and the kind of like feeling of that I'm never going to see the end of this game starts to set in, and I kind of just end up giving up before I make any real progress. Yeah. That's what happened with Honkai Star Rail, because I technically did play Honkai Star Rail for a bit. I technically did. I played Honkai Star Rail for like a little bit, like a couple months. And then I remember I like went like 1 month without playing it, and I was like, dang, I'm going to have to like do like double the effort just to catch up. And even then, it's like the story is growing so fast, so many characters are being introduced all the time now, I don't know if I can do that. And yeah. Yeah. Most gacha games aren't great or don't have the best gacha system. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I would like to make it clear. I do technically like Umamazumi Pretty Derby, but I just can't play it consistently. Like on occasion, I'll go in, I'll like do like a bit of the gacha just to see, and maybe I'll like do like maybe I'll go like one afternoon where I do the story, and then I just won't do I won't open up like the actual game for like a month. Yeah, that's like yeah. Yeah, that's like I still have it technically just in case I one day in the spur of the moment decide to play it, but yeah, I'm nowhere near at the level where some VTubers. I've seen some VTubers that they've maxed out so many different horse girls, or have tried so many different like strategies to try and win in certain aspects, and it's like I could never. I could never. I will admit, I am not at their level. I'm definitely not moving in that way. Oh yeah. Is point click a point and click game? That's a game, point click? I would hope a game like point click was a point and click adventure. I mean, it says it in the name. I would hope so. I would hope it's a point and click adventure. Yes, we never really followed up with Tomboy Horse Girl, did we? Oh no! I did it off stream, Miku Jess. So I technically did see it through to the end of the campaign, at least. With Mejiro Ryan. I technically did, but I did it off stream, and basically what happened is I was not prepared enough for the because I managed to get Mejiro Ryan to like the like actual like was it the Kentucky? No, it was some big race where it actually like determined if she would move on to like the semi-big leagues, and I didn't prepare her enough, apparently. And so in the end, Mejiro Ryan lost, and you only get like 3 opportunities to change like like her like her like style of how she's going to like move throughout the race, and nothing I did helped, and in the end I burned through my 3 opportunities, and yeah, Megito Ryan never made it to the finals, unfortunately. Yeah. I eventually I did try with, oh my gosh, what was her name? I did try with another horse girl. It was the I think it was the horse girl that's like very proper and is very like, I think if I'm not mistaken, she's like an American horse girl. I think, if not the only one, I think. Yeah, I tried to do a campaign with her, and it kind of was like much of the same, where I kind of like got up to that point of where like she was close to like she was getting close to like she was getting pretty far in, and I kind of just didn't really prepare her well. Somewhat. She did get farther than Megito Ryan, though. I remember that. She did get farther than Megito Ryan, but she didn't get all the way to like the final thing. Yeah. Sometimes the problem is that the game shoves a ton of pools at the beginning, and then there's so much less by the time you approach the middle end game. I've heard about that. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard that that's like a problem. Yeah, and that it becomes way more like grindy near the end, or when you're already like in the deep part of the game. Yeah, I've heard that's that's a problem with a lot of gacha games. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, I've never played what's the name of that game? What's the name of that game that everyone knows, that it's like the one game where it's like, it's more popular than Honkai Star Rail because it's been around for longer, and oh my god, and they also have an absurd amount of Rule 34. It's the one Venti's from. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Why am I struggling to remember it? What is it called? Oh my gosh, do I seriously not remember what game Venti is from? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've been talking about so many point and click games, and now my focus has like completely shifted to that, and so it's like struggling. But yeah, wait, RuneScape you use click drag, but not with putt, for example. Oh, so RuneScape is point and click, but also with click and drag elements. Okay, I see. Genshin Impact. That's the one. Oh my gosh. Genshin Impact. For some reason, I was thinking so hard, and the only thing that I could think of was like the letter R and the letter S for some reason. I think I was thinking of I think I was thinking of Honkai Impact. I think that's another one. The predecessor to Honkai Star Rail. And then, yeah, but Genshin Impact. Yeah, I never played Genshin Impact. One of my friends did. Play Genshin Impact. But he played it on his phone. And the problem is, he got a new phone. And unfortunately, when he got a new phone, it completely kind of like wiped his account. It completely like, when he tried to play Genshin Impact again, it was like a completely new slate. And he didn't want to grind everything he grind up until the point that he was at, so he just stopped playing Genshin Impact altogether. But yeah, But yeah, I have a lot to think about. After this stream, I have a lot to think about. I have a lot to think about. I have a lot to look into. I have a lot of point-and-click games to look into. I'm definitely, if it's on Steam, I'm definitely going to look into it. Pajama Sam and Putt Putt, if that's on stream, if that's on Steam. And what were the other ones? There's something about wait, I need to hang on a second. Putt Putt, Freddy Fish, and Spy Fox. 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 Okay, I need to really get that ingrained in my brain. I need to really get that ingrained because you've given me a lot to think about. I might just conduct some research and into these games. I might conduct some silly but necessary research after stream ends. Honestly, ZZZ is better in my opinion, even though I haven't played ZZZ. Endocopia as well. ZZZ. I see. So there's a line somewhere between true point and click and just a mouse only game, but nobody can agree where the line is, so shrug. I see. I mean, yeah, I can see how that could be very difficult to kind of draw the line. If technically point and click games are pretty much only played with mouse, but mouse only games can only be played with mouse. There has to be something in the mechanics. There has to be something in the mechanics that's different to separate them, I feel. Like, there has to be something in the mechanics or in, like, the structure of the games. Like, something in the structure and the way, or in, like, the way that the game progresses or is presented has to be different, I feel, in my opinion, for it to be kind of a justifiable line. Because at that point, if it's basically the same, then why bother? Why bother naming them something different? You know? You know? I mean, at that point, it can basically just be like a like a subgenre, no? Like a subgenre, like a subcategory. Like, this is the point and click adventure, but it's mouse subgenre. You know, something like that. But, yeah. You've given me a lot to think about. Oh my gosh. Apart from that, oh, actually. You know what I was thinking? Yesterday? I was thinking about, like, because as you know, I've never done, hand cam streams. I've never done hand cam streams before. I've never done a hand cam stream, but I have thought about it. I have given it a bit of thought, and I kind of have slowly started kind of, like, putting together ideas. I actually kind of have, like, a couple ideas in my brain that have been archived for when I do decide to do hand cam streams. If I do decide, I guess, is more like what I should be saying. But yeah, and one of those ideas is, now hear me out on this. Now hear me out on this, my degens, right? What if, right? What if, right? Glad to have left a mark in the archives. Yes, Simabun, you did, in fact, leave a mark in the archives. You did, in fact, leave an impact. Simabun. Yeah, Simabun. But, yeah. Now that I think about it, point and click is more in the arcade game. It's not a mouse-only game. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Wait, so it's more arcade style. Yeah. Yeah, because in my opinion, if they basically use something very similar, which is basically using a mouse to play the game, there has to be something in the way the game is presented, or like progresses, or like there has to be just some mechanic that makes it different, because otherwise, yeah, might as well just make it a subgenre, if anything. Someone reminded me, I'll try and come up with some proper recommendations after I've had some sleep. Okay, Miku Jazz, okay. Okay, Miku Jazz, okay. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah. So I've thought about a couple ideas for hand cam streams, and yesterday, yesterday I bought a new if any of you remember, they were popular in the early 2000s slash mid 2000s. I bought a new fingerboard. Yes. Yes. I bought a new one. As of right now, I have two. I have two. And technically I have three, but one of the fingerboards that I have doesn't have any of the trucks or wheels or any of that stuff. Basically, it's just the board itself. But two of them I have assembled. Yeah. Because if you don't know, I do in fact skate a little bit. It's been a while. I've wanted to skate, admittedly, but like it's kind of been so hard. It's kind of been so unpleasantly hot and sweltering and just sticky and gross outside that I don't want to. Like it's kind of like it's so hot that I don't like. I want to skate, but at the same time I don't, like I want to, but I don't, Plus I know that if like I fall, it's going to hurt so much more if I fall on the hot, piping hot sidewalk, than if it wasn't hot. I don't even want to imagine how much it would hurt, legitimately, if I fell on like hot asphalt. I don't want to imagine how much it would hurt if I landed on steaming hot asphalt. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, like the hot, like the hot, boiling hot paved roads, where like you can just look at them and you can see the heat emitting from them. Yeah, it would not be a good day. It would not be fun at that point. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because wait. Because while I certainly think that because while I certainly think that it's a masterpiece, I'm not gonna throw someone headfirst into the Submachine series or Myst. Oh yeah, Myst. That's the game I beat as a child that I can't figure out how I beat it. Myst. I actually vaguely know about Myst, and again, it was because of that one YouTuber whose videos I watched. He did a couple videos about Myst and both kind of playing it and also kind of like providing like some insightful commentary about Myst. And I just remember how odd and how puzzling Myst is. It's very Myst, from what I remember, it's a very different kind of game. It's very unique, to put it one way. It's different. Even by like point and click standards. It's pretty different. Yeah. Yeah. I also remember that I could not for the life of me, like, I still watched that YouTuber's videos because, well, I liked his videos, but it's also, I also distinctly remember not understanding a lot of things that had to do with Myst, specifically. Yeah. That reminds me also, another game that I also kind of want to try at some point is the Oregon Trail. That one I think could be fun, right? The Oregon Trail. That one I think could also be fun. Could a stuttering, slightly dumbing, could a stuttering delusional silly could a stuttering delusional silly researcher like myself survive the Oregon Trail? Who knows? Watch me die of dysentery or something. I know that's a thing. I know you can die of dysentery. That's the only reason why I say that. That's the only reason why I say that is because I know that you can die of, like, dysentery. You can die of a bad tummy ache gone wrong. You can die of... Yeah. Skateboarding sorta in a maid dress. Ooh. You know what's so funny, Miku Jazz? I do have a maid dress. I've said it before, but the only reason why I've never posted the photos that I took in the maid dress is because it looks so huge on me. It looks so huge on me. Don't call me small, alright? Let me make that clear. It's not because I'm small, and it's not because I'm short. It's because, because I'm tall and towering, I kind of just assumed that it would be very small by default. So I ordered very big, but it turned out no, it actually was just extremely huge. And so as a result of that, it doesn't fit me all that well. But yeah, I technically did take a couple photos in that maid dress, including with my board, with my lovely board, my skateboard that I love so dearly. Which I've never showed, have I? I've never actually showed my board, have I? I've never actually showed that, actually. Yeah. Except in those photos, but those photos have never seen the light of day. Maybe one day. But, yeah. Maybe one day I will. Yeah. Yeah. I even got the true ending as a child. You got the true ending? As a child, Tib? Honestly impressive. Honestly impressive. I've never actually tried Myst, because again, I've never actually tried Myst, because Myst again is like one of those games where like you used to, at least, need like the actual game disc for like a PC. And I never played, and I didn't have that, but unless, could you play Myst online back then? I have no idea. The point is, I've never played Myst, like, actually, and even it seems so daunting, trying to get any sort of, like, true ending on Myst. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. 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 Oh, come on, it's not that bad. The hot pavement would cauterize your wound. I mean, I won't bonk you just because, technically, to an extent, one could argue that yes, as silly as that sounds, maybe. Who's to say? Oh my gosh, yeah. 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 What a silly notion, but at the same time, what a silly notion, but at the same time, it's just silly enough to work. I said. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Clarification. I was only calling Submachina a masterpiece. Mist is some esoteric cryptic book. Okay. 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 And here I was okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, I mean, not to be mean, it did kind of somewhat seem that way. But, well, the cryptic aspect. But, yeah, golly. Anyway. Shorta. Okay. Okay. Where's my hammer? Where's my hammer? Where's my hammer? I need my hammer. Where is it? Bonk. 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 This is you, Tiff. Go. Oh, okay, okay. Now then, I'm not short. But, anyway, we have the Oregon Trail. We have the Oregon Trail parody. Wait. We have the Oregon Trail parody. Where's the Oregon Trail? There's a well, I should know. I know that there's a couple of Oregon Trail parodies. I know that there's one Oregon Trail parody where, well, it's not really a parody, it's more like its own thing, but even then, it's kind of very much like Oregon Trail-esque. And it is so boring. Like, most people agree that it's just so boring. It's so boring of a game. It's like, it's kind of like, because it's kind of like literally just kind of like a bike ride, and unlike the Oregon Trail where you're trying to like cross the Oregon Trail safely and survive, this is kind of like you're trying to do a trail on a bike and survive the bike trail, but nothing really dangerous happens. So it's like on the Oregon Trail you can like suffer from dysentery, you can get diseases, you can starve, you can get, you can like have to do some things that maybe you're not proud of. And in this game, and in this game, you maybe get a flat tire and broken bike pads, and maybe you get a cough, but like, or not, and maybe you get like, no, not a cough. Maybe you get like sunburn. Ooh, so yeah. 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 Ooh, you got bonked. I'm dead. What if I fight back? You can't fight back, Tab. You can't fight back, Tab. This is my... You can't fight back, Tab. You will take the bunk for calling me short. For spreading false information about me being short. Yeah. You can throw chairs, you can throw tables, but it still stands that you got bonked. Or something. I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah. I don't... But yeah, you got bonked. Anyway, I don't know what game that was. Actually, but I know that it's like a much more boring take on like trail games, I guess. Anyway, with that, I think I'm going to call it here. Anyway, with that, I think I'm going to call it here because I think I'm going to call it here for today, possibly, because I do have a couple things I need to get done today. You know, I need to see that a couple of things are done by the end of today, and I should probably get to working on them. Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely going to conduct some. I'm definitely going to conduct some. Yeah, I'm definitely going to conduct some research after this stream on certain things. Yeah. I'm going to look into point and click games. I'm going to look into that. Yeah. And oh my gosh. I just realized. Oh my gosh. I just realized. I mentioned I got a new like, you know, like a new fingerboard. You know, like basically like, you know, the basically like those small skateboards from the early 2000s and mid 2000s that you skateboard on them, but with fingers. But bye. Hang on, Tab. Alright, hang on, Tab. I have one. Hang on. Hold on, Tab. I have, but no. Hang on a second. I have one last thing to say. Okay, I have one last thing to say before we wrap up stream, and it's the thing that I was going to say, and then I completely lost track. And it was for the hand cam stream. I was thinking of like like, you know like those small skateboards that you could skate on, but like with your fingers, from like the early 2000s and mid 2000s. What if we just do that? You know, for a hand cam stream. I kind of just thought about that. What if we do that? What if we just do tricks with it? With the board, yeah. As a hand cam stream, somewhere along the line, if I decide to do hand cam streams. I was just thinking, you know, it's a silly idea. It's a silly idea, but yeah, that I completely forgot because because my mind wandered. Oh my gosh. Okay, now stream is ending. Alright. Thank you, Degens, for spending time with me. I hope all of you had a fun time. I hope all of you had a good, fun time. I definitely had a fun time. I definitely had a fun time talking with you, Degens. Gibbering and jabbering and gibbering and jabbering and having silly conversations. I definitely had a fun time. And yeah. I hope all of you have a good rest of your week. Good rest of your day, and yeah, have a fantabulistic, plaptastic day. Bye everybody, bye.